Welcome everybody to a very special Christmas edition of Creative Suite TV. I'm your host, McHugh, and this is episode number 17. For those viewers who have been with me for a little while, you might notice my surroundings have changed a little bit. I'm actually on the road at the moment and I'm in Sydney, New South Wales, training at Fairfax, the Fairfax Learning and Development Centre up here, training some staff working on the Financial Review newspaper, and we're having an awful lot of fun looking at Illustrator CS2 and the rest of the Creative Suite. I've got some news coming up for you after my tip this week, but this is by popular demand tip. I hope you enjoy it. I'll get straight into it and I'll see you after the show with some more messages. I've had many requests for more typographic tips in InDesign, and going along with the spirit of Christmas, well, who am I to say no anyway? And I think I've got a real beauty for you. This is one of my favourite typographic tips in InDesign. I think you're going to love it as well. And we're dealing with a bit of a headline which I'm going to put on this Christmas card. Merry Christmas from Creative Suite. There we go. So I think it's going to be a really great one. We're going to center this on top of this little panel we've got here. So step number one, draw your text frame. Well, we've already done that. And step number two, put your text inside it. We've also gone ahead and selected the text, and then using the miracles of the control strip at the top of screen here, I have gone ahead and aligned to the center my text. So there it is there, and let's just go ahead and spotlight that for you as well. We'll zoom back out. Okay, problem being we have the word suite by itself. It's kind of broken in an awkward position. Okay, we would like to perhaps break this a little bit differently. Okay, now because we're in 800 by 600 here, I can't see the pop-out menu which normally, okay, and I say normally, appears right up here in the top left. There's usually a paragraph pop-out menu. It's not there, so we're going to go ahead and choose from the type and tables the paragraph palette, which is what I normally shy away from. I don't usually use this paragraph styles palette, but in this case we will, so that we can see what's going on. We need this flyout menu. That's what we're looking for. We need the flyout menu, and we're going to go to balance ragged lines. So what this does is it'll break this headline in the most appropriate place for a column width of this width and with that amount of words. So if we change this, we decide to change some words around, it will automatically adjust to balance these two lines out for us. I like the way that it's working. Pop-out menu, balance ragged lines, it's on. Now, using the frame itself, we're going to then balance this across between the margins from left to right. And just to make this fit in two lines, we're going to make the text a little bit bigger. We'll use the shortcut Control-Shift or Command-Shift greater than on the keyboard, and all of a sudden it goes to two lines. Both words jump over, not just a single word. Good tip, but that's not it. Let's go into preview mode and have a bit of a good look at this, and we'll hide this frame now. Sometimes when we have a headline like this going over two lines with punctuation, the last line doesn't center properly beneath the top line. You may have noticed this in some of your dealings. Well, have I got a tip for you? We're going to balance this out even better by going up here to Type and Story. Now, some people might recognize this as being the way to hang punctuation or optically align margins on justified or range left text. But a fantastic side effect is that when we click it, it will balance these out even better and shift the lines across and make it look, well, I can only say it's a Christmas miracle. Have a look at it. It's fixed things up. Well, we can adjust the size here. We really should adjust this to around about the size or the point size of what we're working on. It will make a little bit of difference there. Let's turn this off now. Off, on, off, on. So it's about 72 point text, and it's shifting the top and bottom lines to visually align them rather than just letting the text do it. So let's remove that and have a little bit of a look at this wonderful Christmas miracle that we've just created using typography in InDesign. Have a great Christmas. Fantastic tip. I was really delighted with myself when I discovered that little pearl of wisdom. Yeah, great little tip for typography. I really hope you enjoyed it. I think it can help you out, particularly if you're in an advertising agency. That's just wonderful. Hey, listen, I've got some training classes coming up. If you're in Sydney, New South Wales, or you'd like to go to Sydney, New South Wales, at the end of January, the 29th, 30th, 31st, and into February, I have some InDesign, some Photoshop, and some Illustrator courses going on with Fuji Xerox. The details will be on my website about how you can book there through Fuji Xerox. So they're really terrific courses. I recommend you get along. Don't forget, I have my Creative Suite Series 1 DVD for sale off my website. Support the show, help me keep on the air. Even if you don't want it, give it to someone else, buy the disc, and then that'll help me with all these downloads. You know, I'm getting something like 150 gig a month downloaded off my website. It's outrageous. I like it. It's outrageous. Okay, that's just about it for the show this week. I'm going to have a little break over Christmas, and I apologise for the delay in between the episodes coming out. But I tell you, when I come back in the new year, there's going to be some cracking stuff. I've just recently got the Photoshop CS3 beta, and that includes CS3 Adobe Bridge. So look out for some advanced peeks at that. It's going to be Grouse stuff. See you next year. Good on you, folks, and thanks for tuning in and supporting the show. Really appreciate all your comments and everything.